Today we are moving on to narrative techniques. We have been discussing about creative writing, about the scope and about the phases of creative writing, all that. But today we are trying to learn some narrative techniques, in the sense some strategies which can actually be employed in your writing. These are technical stuff, but still these are things that you may have been using in your writing unconsciously. We are just defining them and trying to understand how those techniques works. We're just trying to basically get a framework of these techniques. Maybe you must have used it in your writing before also, unknowingly. Yeah. So the very first technique is stream of consciousness. Stream of consciousness. What is consciousness? Being aware, or the process of understanding, or the process of thinking about your being, or the process of being aware of your environment or the external stimuli. You can define it any way. So what could be stream of consciousness? What's the stream? It's a flowing water, or it's a progression of flowing things. That's a stream. So what could be stream of consciousness? I'd like to go into your head for a while. Just scan through your head for a while. Most of the time, how do we think about things that are happening around? Is it like, are our thought processes very structured and organized? When we think about something, do we go like, yes, today I'm doing this, and yes, the next stage of analyzing this emotional problem would be that, and maybe if I go try this strategy to resolve this emotional conflict of mine, I would have better results. Is that the way that we think? No. Most of the time, our minds work in ways we can't even imagine. Our minds juggle with a lot of thoughts. Our minds actually are a huge mess, I would say. There are like thousands of thoughts like going in and out and like flowing. There is a stream of thoughts there, a turbulent stream of thoughts there. Most of the time very incoherent, very disorganized, very messy. So imagine that I wake up in the morning, my thought process would be, yeah, I have to brush, do I have first start today, and hey, what was the name of that child who asked for attendance, and hey, why would she need attendance? Thinking of attendance, did I sign my PhD attendance book last week? Hey, do I hear a noise there? Is that a crow? Why do you think crows are black? They could have been colored green. Thinking of green, maybe there should be some like red and green button in the department whereby if I'm in a very bad mood, I can press the red button and the red light will show and the people will stay away. Some kind of mechanism, thinking of which the car needs to be serviced. I wonder how much money it would be. I really wish my salary came. So think of the kind of, all these happen like in like a fraction of seconds, man. It's not like I take so much time to think about it. All these things happen in a fraction of seconds. There are like thousands of images that like go around in my head, creating a kind of turbulence in the stream of thought, a stream of consciousness in my head. Actually, this is how human thought works. Now, when writing fiction also, people have been trying to find ways in which to represent human thought processes as perfectly as they can be. So stream of consciousness is one strategy that people came up with, representing this chaos of noises inside your head, representing this unmanageable and disorganized stream of thoughts in your head through writing. That's stream of consciousness. I'll just try to give a basic definition of. In literature, stream of consciousness is a method of narration that describes happenings in the flow of thoughts in the minds of characters. So, a method of narration that describes happenings in the flow of thoughts in the minds of characters. The term was initially coined by psychologist William James in his research, The Principles of Psychology. We'll just read what William James writes. It's nothing joined. It flows. A river or a stream is the metaphors by which it is most naturally described. In talking of it hereafter, let's call it stream of thought, consciousness or subjective life. So that's how William James writes about it. And then we can use words like interior monologue for it or a soliloquy for it, but still the stream of consciousness is an amazing word to put that into. Now, there are many writers. It's actually a modern technique of writing. Stream of consciousness was more extensively used by people like Virginia Woolf, James Joyce, who are categorized into the modernist writers. So in their works, they represent the complexity of the thoughts of the characters through stream of consciousness. They just continuously write about the kind of chaotic thoughts that their characters have. I have an example here from James Joyce's Ulysses. Okay. He is young Leopold, as in retrospective argument, a mirror within a mirror. Hey, presto! He beholdeth himself, that young figure that is then seen, precious, manly, walking on a nipping morning from the old house in Clambrazel to the high school, his book satchel on him, bandolier wise, and in it a goodly hunk of wheaten loaf, a mother's thought. So these lines reveal the thoughts of the central character Bloom when he thinks about the younger self of his, the younger Bloom. So this actually is is a stream of thought that takes him to his past. So again, this is very disconnected, disjointed. So this is how our thought processes work. So in fiction also, when we try to realistically, or not realistically, somehow depict this complexity of human thought in writing, that method can be called stream of consciousness. So I hope that the concept is clear. You'll find a lot of definitions online and all, but I just wanted to clarify the concept to you. So I hope that it's clear. So thank you for listening.